Everyone searches for the ultimate revenge guide. How to get back at your ex. They want to know how to make them hurt, how to make them regret it, or how to key a car without getting caught. But let me tell you something. Amateur revenge gets you a police report. Professional revenge gets you a check. My name is Sarah. 3 years ago, I didn't need a guide. I needed a miracle. I was 29 and I had spent 5 years building a high-end vintage furniture restoration business. My boyfriend, Mark, was the face of the brand. He was charming, great on camera, and handled the sales. I was the one in the back, covered in sawdust and wood stain, doing the actual work. We had a system. All the revenue went into a business account that was technically in his name because my credit had been bruised from a previous medical debt. He promised we were a team. He promised that the $40,000 we had saved in that account was our wedding and house fund. I found out about the other guide he was following, the one on how to gaslight your partner, when I saw a notification on his iPad. It was a confirmation for a Caribbean cruise for 2. I wasn't invited. His assistant, a 22-year-old he hired to help with social media, was. When I confronted him, he didn't even blink. He told me I was unstable. He said the business was his, the money was his, and since the lease on our workshop was in his name, I had until the end of the day to pack my tools. He actually laughed and said, "What are you going to do, Sarah? You have no money and no brand. Good luck finding a guide on how to survive that." I walked out with my hand tools and a heart full of pure, cold titanium. For the first month, I stayed with my cousin. I watched Mark and his assistant post videos from my workshop, using my restoration techniques and selling to my clients. He was even using the brand name I created, Timeless Grain. But here's the first rule of the ultimate revenge guide. How to get back at your ex. Never interrupt your enemy while he is making a mistake. Mark was arrogant. He thought he was the brains because he was the one talking. But because he never actually did the work, he didn't understand the legalities of the craft. I spent my nights not crying but researching. I realized Mark had done something incredibly stupid. To save money on taxes, he had never officially registered Timeless Grain as a DBA, doing business as, or an LLC. He was just operating under his own social security number, using a name he didn't own. I had $1,200 left to my name. I didn't spend it on a lawyer to fight for the $40,000. That would have taken years. Instead, I spent $400 to register Timeless Grain LLC in my name. Then I spent another $500 on a trademark filing for the logo. The logo I had sketched in my notebook 3 years prior. Then, I waited. I didn't block him. I watched. I watched him sign a massive contract with a boutique hotel chain to provide 40 restored mid-century dressers. This was a 6-figure deal. It was the biggest thing our company had ever done. He posted a photo of himself signing the contract, captioning it, "Hard work pays off. Built this empire from nothing." That was my cue. I didn't send him a text. I didn't call him. I followed the Ultimate Revenge Guide's golden rule. Let the professionals do the talking. I hired a process server. While Mark was at a launch party for the hotel project, he was served with a formal cease and desist. It informed him that he was illegally operating under a registered trademark and LLC owned by me. He called me 40 times that night. I didn't answer. The next day, my lawyer sent a letter to the boutique hotel's legal team. It was a notice of infringement. We informed them that the vendor they had contracted with, Mark, did not legally own the brand, the designs, or the trademarked name they were about to feature in their global marketing campaign. The hotel panicked. They didn't care about our breakup. They cared about their liability. They froze the contract and the $120,000 payment. Mark was backed into a corner. He couldn't fulfill the order because he didn't have the skills to do the restoration himself, and he couldn't use the name to hire anyone else. He was looking at a massive breach of contract lawsuit from a billion-dollar hotel chain. He came to my cousin's house, begging. He looked exhausted. The assistant had already left him because the millionaire lifestyle had evaporated the moment the bank accounts were flagged. "Sarah, please," he said. "Just sign the name over to me. I'll give you $5,000. I looked at him and said, the price is the $40,000 you stole from the wedding fund, plus $20,000 for the consulting fee of me not letting the hotel sue you into bankruptcy. And you have 24 hours. He screamed. He cried. He called me a snake. But 22 hours later, the money hit my account. I signed over the trademark for timeless grain to him. But here's the kicker, the part of the ultimate revenge guide that really matters. I knew he couldn't do the work. Within 3 months, Mark delivered the first batch of furniture to the hotel. Because he tried to rush it and didn't know the proper curing process for the lacquer, the finish began to bubble and peel within weeks of being in the hotel rooms. The hotel canceled the contract for cause and sued him for the return of their deposit. Because I had my $60,000 out and tucked away in a new, private business account, I was shielded. Mark lost the workshop. He lost the brand. He ended up working in a warehouse, moving boxes of furniture he used to pretend he built. I started a new company. No face this time, just my name. My clients from the old days found me because they knew who actually held the sandpaper. So, if you're looking for a guide on how to get back at your ex, remember this. Don't get mad, get the paperwork. Don't break their heart. Break their ego by being more successful than they ever thought you could be. Success is the only revenge that lasts. If you found this ultimate revenge guide helpful, or if you have your own ex payback story, drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of karma, justice, and the ultimate payback.